Hi, Rachel. It's Mazzy. This is a contest sort of entry, 666 subscribers for the Music Ma'am, my arch nemesis up in British Columbia, beautiful British Columbia. Rachel was a great supporter of my channel early on, and because she likes the Beatles, and I like the Beatles. And this video is a little more for people who are involved in the vinyl community, which a lot of my subscribers are aware of, but there are probably some that aren't aware of this. So, you know, if this is not your bag, but you're gonna see records, so of course it's your bag. So Rachel, 666. Now, Rachel has really jumped in this past year into the live streaming, which is a shit show of sorts. But I get on there occasionally, and people shoot the shit show records, and I bring in some of my political beliefs, mainly because I think Rachel instituted for a while Liberal Mondays. Was it Liberal Tuesdays? I don't know what it was. Because, you know, this is a good example of why can't we all get along. First of all, she's a Canadian, so it shouldn't count. But we are on the politically opposite ends of the spectrum, and we still get along in peaceful splendor and blissful splendor for the most part, even though her political beliefs are totally wrong. But anyway, the contest is to show, I don't care if the music's loud, just relax there. I'm going to show, it's supposed to show 5 records relating to the devil and hell and that type of thing, and I'm showing 10 because that's how I roll, and I'm an overachiever here in the vinyl community. So 10 records related to hell, the devil, you get my gist. Now, I don't have a lot of the heavy metal. I mean, I could show like any friggin' heavy metal record. It's all about hell and the devil. So there's very little of that. But I'm gonna go through these fairly quickly. Most of them I don't have to explain. Some are just thematically about the devil. A couple are songs about the devil, and we'll take it from there. We'll open up with Bruce Springsteen, Devils and Dust, album that Bruce Springsteen released, I believe, in 2005. Wonderful record by The Boss of Hell. Of course, the great Louvin Brothers album, Satan is Real, and they believe he's real. In fact, he's right there, so he must be real. Great harmonies, great, country, bluegrass, roots music. Ira and Charlie Louvin are amongst my favorites, and of course I got into them backwards from Graham Parsons and the Byrds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, doing some of their songs. So, Satan is Real, the great Louvin Brothers. And see, I think Satan lives right there. So, anyway, there you go. Now, this one's a little more vague, but not really if you know the story. Robert Johnson, this is a great collection. In fact, if you still can find this version, this is probably the best sounding of these old recordings of Robert Johnson you can probably get. So find this version, the Centennial Collection, the complete recordings. And of course, Robert Johnson at the Crossroads sold his soul to the devil to be able to play and write these friggin' with 28 songs, I believe. So Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil, hallelujah. Praise be Jesus. And then, after he sold his soul, the devil went somewhere else and got a haircut. And the devil's haircut here on Beck's great, fantastic, hugely popular breakthrough album, Beck Odelay. So the devil's haircut on Odelay here. And of course, I'm a good friend of the devil, but actually the Grateful Dead, friend of the devil, of course, from American Beauty. But this is a great show at the Family Dog in San Francisco. And in fact, this is a show I had attended in early 1970 when I was a 15-and-a-half-year-old kid. Now, it wasn't billed as a Grateful Dead concert. It was billed as Mickey Hart and his Heartbeats, Bobby Ace and his Cards at the bottom of the deck, the Family Dog, Great Highway, and of course, live acoustic show. It ended up being basically the Dead jamming, but doing mostly acoustic. And this is I think this was a Record Store Day album. I love this cover. This is, to me, a fantastic show. It's with Pigpen, so Pigpen was still alive, but of course anything to do with the dead and the devil and Grateful Dead, friend of the devil. Of course, there wouldn't be a Mazzy video, contest video, without a Beatle connection. So, Devil Woman on Ringo's first rock and roll solo record. Of course, before that he did Sentimental Journey and Buku's Blues, a big band standards album, and a country record. And this is a song that starts off on side 2, I believe. Devil Woman by Ringo and co-written with Vinnie Poncier. So, and also, well, there's a little angel there, a little cherub angel guy, but there you go. And of course, the Beatles, George Harrison's great cover vocal on, in America, the Beatles' second album of Devil in Her Heart. She's got a devil. It's one of my favorite early songs sung by George Harrison, Devil in Her Heart. And we know those women who have devils in her heart. Of course, everyone, I'm sure on these are going to be showing sympathy for the devil, as because it's one of the greatest Rolling Stone songs. But for the hell of it, I'm going to show it, this version, Rock and Roll Circus. Great video, great TV film show with Jethro Tull, The Who, The Rolling Stones, Taj Mahal, Marianne Faithfull, the Dirty Mac Band, which is basically John and Yoko and Keith Richard and is it Noel Redding, I believe, or is the other guy? But anyway, Sympathy for the Devil, LP2 side 4 on here by the Rolling Stones, and you'll see not Brian Jones, what's his name? It's a fucking drummer's name, Charlie Watts, with horns. He's got devil horns on his hat. Rachel, and I say the best to last. Now, I have an album by, I always pronounce his name wrong, Gruff Rhys, from the Super Furry Animals out of Wales. Great Welsh band, amongst my favorite bands in the last 25 years. And this solo album, this is a special cover edition. And on the picture is Jesus Christ actually sitting there looking at a cell phone with the devil himself. This is the most obscene, obnoxious, limited edition packaging. Look at this. It's basically a gatefold that doesn't fold. But look at that color. God. I could sit out and get sun rays during a pandemic as I'm forced to stay in my house. Social distance. So the devil I think is leaving us next week. But there he is, right there. Anyway, congratulations, Rachel, on 666 subscribers. I know you're way beyond that. It's a fun ride with your live streams. And sometimes it's a shit show. Sometimes it's great. A funny cast of characters. It's almost like listening to, what's the radio guy? Stern. His show, where you got a wonderful cast of characters, me included occasionally, jumping in and out, and all of us kind of just thank you for bringing us together. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Rachel. Mazzy loves you in Canada. Be sure to stay on that side of the wall up there. Take care.